Everyone is here. Hey everybody, Console Collector here. This is the Ultimate Super Smash Bros Amiibo video. In this video, we're going to take a look at every single Super Smash Bros Amiibo one by one. After we take a look at each Amiibo one by one, stay tuned to the end, and we're going to take a look at some of the Super Smash Bros Amiibo alternates, including Cloud Player 2 and the second print Villager. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the complete Super Smash Bros Amiibo set.
Mario!
Kicking things off with one of the most famous video game characters of all time, Mario. He's appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, and Super Mario 64 for the N64.
Donkey Kong!
You can find this banana-loving ape in the arcades with Donkey Kong, also on the Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country, and Donkey Kong 64 for the N64.
Link!
Link has appeared in so many games, including The Legend of Zelda for the NES, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64, and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Nintendo GameCube.
Samus!
She's made appearances in Metroid for the NES, Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, and Metroid Prime for the Nintendo GameCube.
Dark Samus!
Dark Samus hasn't had very many appearances, but she has appeared in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the GameCube and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii.
Yoshi!
Yoshi, another very iconic character, has appeared in Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, Yoshi's Story for the N64, and Yoshi's Woolly World for the Wii U.
Kirby!
Kirby has appeared in Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, Kirby's Adventure for the NES, and Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch.
Fox!
Fox McCloud has appeared in Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, Star Fox 64 for the N64, and Star Fox Assault for the Nintendo GameCube.
Pikachu!
Pikachu, without a doubt the most famous Pokemon of all time, has appeared in Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy, Hey You Pikachu for the N64, and Let's Go Pikachu for the Nintendo Switch.
Luigi!
He has appeared in Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES, Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, and Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga for the GBA, just to name a few.
Ness!
Ness has appeared in Earthbound for the Super Nintendo, Super Smash Bros. For the N64, and Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo GameCube.
Captain Falcon!
Captain Falcon has appeared in F-Zero for the Super Nintendo, F-Zero X for the N64, and F-Zero GX for the Nintendo GameCube.
Jigglypuff!
Jigglypuff has appeared in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the Nintendo DS, and Pokemon X and Y for the Nintendo 3DS.
Peach!
Princess Peach has appeared in Mario Kart 64 for the N64, Super Princess Peach for the Nintendo DS, and Mario Golf Toadstool Tour for the GameCube.
Daisy!
Daisy has appeared in Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, Mario Tennis for the N64, and Mario Superstar Baseball for the GameCube.
Bowser!
Bowser has made a lot of appearances in games, including Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES, Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo, and Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch.
Ice Climbers!
Ice Climbers have appeared in Ice Climber for the NES, Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii.
Sheik!
Sheik has appeared in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64, Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, and Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch.
Zelda!
Princess Zelda has appeared in Ocarina of Time for the N64, Twilight Princess for the GameCube, and The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds for the Nintendo 3DS.
Dr. Mario!
Mario has played Doctor in Dr. Mario for the NES, Dr. Mario for Game Boy, and Dr. Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64.
Pichu!
Pichu has appeared in Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy Color, Pokemon Stadium 2 for the N64, and Pokemon Ranger for the Nintendo DS.
Falco!
Falco has appeared in Star Fox for Super Nintendo, Star Fox 64 for the N64, and Star Fox Zero for the Wii U.
Marth!
Marth has made several appearances in games including Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the DS, Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch, and Fire Emblem Engage for the Nintendo Switch.
Lucina!
Lucina has appeared in Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS. She also appeared in another crossover game, Project Cross Zone 2 for the 3DS, and Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch.
Young Link.
Young Link has appeared in Ocarina of Time for the N64, Majora's Mask for the N64, and Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch.
Ganondorf.
The Evil Gerudo King has appeared in Ocarina of Time for the N64, Twilight Princess for the GameCube, and Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch.
Mewtwo.
The legendary Mewtwo has appeared in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Stadium for the N64, and Pokken Tournament DX for the Nintendo Switch.
Roy.
Roy has appeared in Super Smash Bros Melee for the GameCube, Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS, and Fire Emblem Engage for the Nintendo Switch.
Chrom.
Chrom has appeared in Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS, Project Cross Zone 2 for the 3DS alongside Lucina, and Fire Emblem Warriors for the Nintendo Switch.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Mr. Game & Watch has appeared in several games including Ball, Helmet, and Chef, all individual Game & Watch games.
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight has appeared in Kirby's Adventure for the NES, Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo, and Kirby's Return to Dreamland for the Wii.
Hit.
Pit has appeared in Kid Icarus for the NES, Kid Icarus of Myth and Monsters for the Game Boy, and Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo 3DS.
Dark Pit.
Dark Pit has appeared in Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS and Super Smash Bros Wii U for the Nintendo Wii U.
Zero Suit Samus.
Zero Suit Samus has made appearances in Super Smash Bros Brawl for the Wii and Super Smash Bros Wii U for the Nintendo Wii U.
Wario.
Wario debuted in Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. He got his own game on the Virtual Boy, Wario Land, and then also starred in WarioWare Inc. for the GameCube.
Snake.
Snake has appeared in Metal Gear Solid for the PS1, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty for the PS2, and Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes for the GameCube.
Ike.
You can find Ike on the GameCube with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, also on the Wii with Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and finally you can also see him on Codename Steam on the 3DS.
Pokemon Trainer.
This version of Pokemon Trainer can be found in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy Color, and Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver for the DS.
Squirtle.
Squirtle can be found in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Snap for the N64, and Pokemon Puzzle League for the Nintendo 64.
Ivysaur.
Ivysaur has appeared in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for the Nintendo Switch.
Charizard.
Charizard has appeared in Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy, Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii, and Pokemon Conquest for the Nintendo DS.
Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong has appeared in Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest for the Super Nintendo, and Diddy Kong Racing for the N64.
Lucas.
Lucas can be found in Mother 3 for the Game Boy Advance, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii, and Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS on the 3DS.
Sonic.
Sega's most iconic character, Sonic the Hedgehog, can be found on Sonic the Hedgehog for the Genesis, Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, and Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance.
King DDD.
King DDD can be found in Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, Kirby Superstar Ultra for the Nintendo DS, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch.
Olimar.
Captain Olimar can be found in Pikmin on the Nintendo GameCube, Hey Pikmin on the Nintendo 3DS, and Pikmin 4 on the Nintendo Switch.
Lucario.
This Aura Pokemon can be found on Pokemon X and Y for the Nintendo 3DS, Poké Park 2 Wonders Beyond for the Wii, and Pokken Tournament DX for the Switch.
Rob.
This robotic operating buddy can be found in WarioWare Inc. on the GBA, Pikmin 2 for the GameCube, and Mario Kart DS for the Nintendo DS.
Toon Link.
This cartoon version of Link has appeared in Four Swords Adventure for the GameCube, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the GameCube, and The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass for the Nintendo DS.
Wolf.
Wolf can be seen in Star Fox Assault for the GameCube, Star Fox Command for the Nintendo DS, and Star Fox 64 3D for the 3DS.
Villager.
This Animal Crossing villager can be seen in Animal Crossing for the GameCube, Animal Crossing City Folk for the Wii, and Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo 3DS.
Mega Man.
The iconic Blue Bomber has appeared in Mega Man 2 for the NES, Mega Man The Power Battle for the arcade, and Mega Man Anniversary Collection for the GameCube.
Wii Fit Trainer.
The Wii Fit Trainer has appeared in Wii Fit for the Wii, Wii Fit Plus for the Wii, and Wii Fit U for the Wii U.
Rosalina and Luma.
Rosalina has appeared in Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, and also on the Switch, Mario Party Superstars.
Little Mac.
You can find Little Mac in the arcade with Punch-Out. You can find him in his most iconic game, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the NES, and also on the Wii with Punch-Out.
Greninja.
Greninja appears in Pokemon X and Y for the 3DS, Pokemon Rumble World for the 3DS, and Pokemon Unite for the Nintendo Switch.
Palutena.
Palutena can be seen in Kid Icarus for the NES, Kid Icarus of Myth and Monsters for the Game Boy, and Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo 3DS.
Pac-Man.
Another icon, Pac-Man, can be seen in the arcade with Pac-Man, also on the Super Nintendo with Pac-Man 2 The New Adventures, and Pac-Man World 2 on the Nintendo GameCube.
Robin.
The Tactician Robin has appeared in Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS, Fire Emblem Fates for the 3DS, and Fire Emblem Warriors for the Nintendo Switch.
Shulk.
Shulk can be seen in Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Nintendo Switch.
Bowser Jr.
The Prince of Koopas debuted in Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, also appeared in Mario Superstar Baseball on the GameCube, and appeared in Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS.
Duck Hunt.
The Dog and Bird duo appeared in Duck Hunt for the NES, WarioWare Inc. for the GameCube, and Tetris DS for the Nintendo DS.
Ryu.
Ryu has appeared in dozens of games, including Street Fighter II Turbo for the Super Nintendo, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the arcade, and Street Fighter vs. Tatsunoko for the Wii.
Ken.
Ken Masters can be found in Street Fighter II for the arcade, Street Fighter Alpha 3 for the Sega Saturn, and Street Fighter Cross Tekken for the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Cloud.
Cloud Strife can be seen in Final Fantasy VII for the PS1, Air Gaze for the PS1, and Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Corrin.
Female Corrin can be seen in Fire Emblem Fates for the 3DS, Fire Emblem Warriors for the Nintendo Switch, and Fire Emblem Engage for the Nintendo Switch.
Bayonetta.
You can find Bayonetta both on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 with Bayonetta, also on Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U and Bayonetta 3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Inkling.
The Inklings can be found in Splatoon on the Wii U, also in Splatoon 2 for the Nintendo Switch, and Splatoon 3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Ridley.
Ridley has appeared in Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, Metroid Other M for the Wii, and Metroid Samus Returns on the Nintendo 3DS.
Simon.
Simon Belmont has appeared in Castlevania for the NES, Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo, and Super Bomberman R for the Nintendo Switch.
Richter.
Richter Belmont can be found in Castlevania Rondo of Blood for the PC Engine CD, Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PS1, and Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP.
King K. Rool.
DK's longtime nemesis can be found on the Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble, as well as Donkey Kong 64 for the N64.
Isabelle.
Isabelle has appeared in Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the 3DS, and Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch.
Incineroar.
Incineroar has been seen in Pokemon Sun and Moon for the 3DS, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon for the 3DS, and Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Nintendo Switch.
Piranha Plant.
This character has been in just as many games as Mario, with Super Mario Bros. For the NES, Link's Awakening for the Switch, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the Switch.
Joker.
Joker has made appearances in Persona 5 for the PlayStation 3, Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth for the 3DS, and Persona 5 Strikers for the Switch.
Hero!
There are several different Dragon Quest heroes across the series, including Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2, Dragon Quest IX for the 3DS, and Dragon Quest XI for the PlayStation 4.
Banjo and Kazooie!
The bird and the bear can be seen in Banjo-Kazooie for the N64, Banjo-Tooie for the N64, and Banjo-Pilot for the Game Boy Advance. Terry Bogard has appeared in Fatal Fury for the Neo Geo, King of Fighters 98 for the arcade, and SNK vs. Capcom SVC Chaos for the arcade. Byleth can be seen on 3 different Fire Emblem games on the Nintendo Switch, including Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, and Fire Emblem Engage.
Min!
This unique character has only appeared in one other game aside from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that is ARMS for the Nintendo Switch.
Steve!
This guy here has only appeared in Minecraft, but Minecraft has been put on everything under the sun, including Xbox 360, the PC, the Switch, and the PlayStation 4.
Alex!
Just like Steve, Alex has only appeared in one game, Minecraft, which you can play on the 3DS, the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation Vita, the Wii U, or the PlayStation VR.
Sephiroth!
The One-Winged Angel can be seen in Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PS2, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the PlayStation 5.
Pyra!
You can find Pyra in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Nintendo Switch, as well for a brief moment in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country for the Switch.
Mithra!
Mithra can be found in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Switch, as well as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country for the Switch.
Kazuya!
This iconic Tekken fighter can be seen in Tekken Tag Tournament for the PS2, Street Fighter Cross Tekken for the PS3, and Tekken 8 for the PlayStation 5.
Sora!
The final character added to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster, Sora, can be found in Kingdom Hearts for the PS2, Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PS2, and Kingdom Hearts 3 for the PS4.
Mii Brawler!
One of 3 of the different Mii fighters you can get in the Super Smash Bros. Games is Mii Brawler, and he has appeared in Super Smash Bros. Wii U for the Wii U.
Mii Sword Fighter!
The second of the 3 different types of Mii, the Mii Sword Fighter, has appeared in Super Smash Bros. Wii U for the Wii U.
Mii Gunner!
The final type of Mii available in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the Mii Gunner, has also appeared in Super Smash Bros. Wii U for the Wii U.
Robot!
Better known as Famicom Rob, its North American counterpart can be seen in WarioWare Inc. for the GBA, Pikmin 2 for the GameCube, and Mario Kart DS for the Nintendo DS.
Cloud! Player 2!
This alternate version of Cloud can be seen in Final Fantasy Crisis Core for the PSP, Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4, and Final Fantasy Rebirth for the PS5.
Corrin! Player 2!
The male version of Corrin can be seen in Fire Emblem Fates for the 3DS, Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch, and Fire Emblem Engage for the Switch.
Bayonetta! Player 2!
If you're looking for Bayonetta, look no further than Bayonetta on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, and Bayonetta 3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Villager!
This is the second print Villager. He has much smaller eyes than the first print Villager. Back in 2014 when the first print Villager came out, he was extremely rare, so they did this second print.
Mr. Game & Watch!
This amiibo is very unique because it came with 4 different poses, including the number 9, the parachute, and the bell. It is the only amiibo in this entire Smash Bros. Line that is interchangeable. Alright, so that was every single Super Smash Bros. Amiibo. I'm just ending off this video with a quick pan of each amiibo in their boxes. I really wanted to show the detail of the amiibo figure out of the box, and I thought it'd be a great idea just to finish up the video. You can see what they look like in their packages. And yes, you're seeing this right. I am crazy enough where I have a complete sealed Smash Bros. Amiibo set as well as a loose one. Yep, I bought every amiibo twice. I opened one to train and play with, and then I kept one sealed. I just love the box art on these things as well as the figures. So yeah, I went crazy and got 2 of each. And in case you're wondering, these are all the very first prints of all of these amiibos. I got every single amiibo at the day of launch, except for one. So I went out and camped, and I got it on release day, all the way to the end. They did change the boxes later on. As you can see, some of them have the little red Nintendo logo. But yeah, every single one you're looking at is a first print picked up at launch, except for Meta Knight. Meta Knight was a Best Buy exclusive, and before it even got to the shelves, the employees at Best Buy took them all out and ended up scalping them. And that's the only one I didn't get from the store on launch day. I actually got it the next day off Facebook Marketplace for a scalped price. That's actually really upsetting because that is the one amiibo I didn't get for retail price on launch day, and it was beyond my control. The corrupt Best Buy employees made it impossible. But aside from that, I've had a really great time collecting these amiibos, lots of memories, lots of ups and downs. There was days where I thought I was going to miss the pre-order, or days I didn't think I was going to get one in the line because I was too far back. But overall, a great time collecting them all. I just love how my amiibo wall looks now, especially with my in-store kiosk. Just looks awesome. One last thing before we go, I just want to know, what are some of your favorite amiibos in the Super Smash Bros Amiibo set? For me, it's got to be Olimar. And with that said, the Super Smash Bros Amiibo set is complete.
Complete!
Alright, that's going to wrap up today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media. The information is on screen now and in the description below. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.